If you follow me on social media, you probably see that I post pictures nonstop when I'm here. I just love the ocean. I was on the beach today, this morning. I like to surf, and I just like to be out and about. So yeah, here, definitely right here. Right here, right now.
California.
Thank you, Emma.
Just for you.
Love you, babe.
All right, Kara's got a question for Skillet.
What's your name, Cheyenne?
Cheyenne.
Awesome, nice to meet you. I went to a Christian school up until 7th grade. And then I told my mom I really wanted to go to public school, so I started going to public school in 7th grade, and my best friend went to that school. But I didn't really know, I don't know, I just kind of went into public school just like being myself, and I actually was bullied. I had a girl actually like push me down one day, straight up just, and I was really scared, and I didn't really know how to respond to kind of what that was. I had never been around anything like that. But I don't know, I always, even in like things happening like that, I always just stood up for myself, and just was confident in who God had made me to be. And so I always encourage people to just be confident in who you are and who God has made you, because you're beautiful and you're loved, and God made you for such an amazing purpose. And people might say things that, might make you feel a certain way or feel hurt, but God is with you. And that is just like what I carry with me, is that God is with me. When I walk on the stage, when I'm being a mom, or when I'm hanging out with my friends, whatever it is, God is with me, and He's with you. So I don't know if you've walked through that, but just know that God is with you, and be strong and keep your head up, because I think that when people say things that make you feel a certain way, you can start believing those things and kind of like walk with your head down and feel like maybe they're true. But just know that you have to find who you are in the Word of God. And God says that you're made for greatness, that you're royalty, and that's where you have to find out who you are, is in His Word. Not from what other people say or do to you.
Why did you become a famous singer? Why did you become a famous singer?
What was the second part?
I messed up on the second part.
Okay, so why did I become a famous singer? Well, I'm not really famous. I hate to you. If I went to Walmart, no one would know who I was. I would not shut down a mall. But I understand what you're saying. I never really was seeking out a stage or a platform. I learned not to. Let me correct that, because that sounded super Christian. At first, I thought it was all about me singing and being cool and stuff. And then my mom and dad checked me and said, yo, you think you can get to sing every solo in the choir? Go sit down for 6 months and learn how to worship. And so I did that. And then I realized, man, this is really about serving people and loving people, and that Jesus didn't die for our gifts or our talents. He actually died for people, and that is the greatest, most important thing that He values. And so then I just wanted to encourage people and build them up. And God just continued to expand my platform to do that. I got to do it with more and more people. And so now more people are starting to know who I am, but I always just try to point to Jesus as much as possible with that.
Amen. Nicholas, got a question for Tauren. Nicholas.
What's up, Nick?
So I have a question, so what instrument did you pick, and also what advice would you give to everyone?
Oh, snap. The advice I would give to everyone. Well, the instrument that I picked was piano and guitar, I guess. Because I started on the drums, and the drums are the best instrument, okay? But I realized I wasn't really going to be a very good drummer. or very good at any of the instruments. So then I just focused on singing. But my advice I would give all humankind, like, do you mean like for an aspiring artist, or just do you just want advice for today?
Everything, man.
Just everything. All of life. All of God's counsel.
All of life. I would say value God's presence above everything else. Like presence over everything, presence over everything, presence over everything. Like, instead of worrying about how you're gonna make money and stuff, like, make right decisions. Like, value God's presence and God's leading, you know, because the one thing that we can never do without is the presence of God. That the absence of the presence of God is actually what sin is. It is creating distance between us and God, and that's what I always want my heart to be, is pursuing God's presence, what He wants, what He has, what He desires, and making time, you know, to be aware of what God is doing around me, in me, and through me. Yeah, so like the presence. I love what John said about his kids experiencing God's presence when they were little. I hope that everyone experiences God's presence in a tangible way, where you like have this moment where you know 110% that you are filled with the Spirit of God, and that you now have power to live an overcoming life. All right, you didn't ask me to preach, but okay. Ain't nobody in here. Y'all ain't gonna help me.
We got John's got back. Cody's got a question for Gawvi. He's got some gear on him. Look at this guy.
Hey, it looks smooth on you too.
Thanks. When did you first start making music, and what do you use to make your music?
Professionally, I started creating my music around the age 16, but I started around like 9 or 12 on like a little Casio piano. That was bad. What was the second question? I'm so sorry, I'm ADD.
What do you use to?
What do I use? Now I use a program called Logic. Oh, we got some producers in here? That's so cool. It's still awkward. But yes, for those that don't know who I am, I'm Gawvi, and I'm a music producer and an artist at the same time. So that's why he's asking what I use to create music. So yeah.
That good?
Swag.
Thanks, man.
Gawvi, you're a big inspiration, and I love what you do and appreciate everything you do. It's absolutely awesome.
Thank you, man.
So my question is, what advice do you have for aspiring producers like myself to really try and get their music out there? Like how you did with Lecrae, how you went to his concert 3 times to hand him out a CD.
Yeah, I was talking to a great friend of mine that works for Universal, and he was saying that right now is the greatest time for any producer or artist to ever get found, to find them. It's very easy just because of all the social media there is, and YouTube, and just everything. But it is the hardest time to ever stand out and be iconic for something. It's hard to be another Skillet, you know, iconic like them legends. And I'm not saying that as a joke, it is, because there's so much music out there now. People literally just go, okay, cool, got it, cool, got it, cool, got it. And to stand out, it's very difficult, but I would say for you as a music producer, really use all your tools, SoundCloud, Instagram, but what I love so much of what I do is that I do something that has passion behind it and has purpose behind it. And that's what really makes me stick out. I don't think I'm the best producer out there, but my love for Jesus is really what sticks out for people, and I have a message. And that's what makes people so interested, because they want hope. Everyone is looking for hope somehow. So man, whatever way you present yourself to the world, really give purpose behind it.
That's awesome. It's good. This is Faith, and she's got a question for Colton.
Hi!
Hey!
My name is Just Faith, I'm a singer-songwriter, and how did you get started, and how do you go to the next level every time? Like, what venues do you play, and, you know, yeah.
First part of that question, sorry, Tauren was very distracting.
How did you get started?
Oh, how did I get started as a songwriter?
How do you get started? How do you go to the next level?
I feel pressure right now. How I got started, I honestly just started writing. I know that sounds duh, but I started writing, and you find people in California will never hear those songs because they're terrible, but you just have to start writing. I feel like my songs are just a reflection of either what I've been through or someone else has shared something. It's what they've been through, and I kind of get to be, I get to write their life song, which is really cool. But that's kind of how it started for me. I was, started taking piano when I was 8 or 9. Started singing when I was 13. So I guess I was 15 or 16 when I started writing my own music. My best friend and I, in high school, we started it's like, hey man, like, what are you going through? Or what do you want to write about? It could be a Bible verse, it could be us sitting down at the piano and kind of hammering out something and boom, it's stuck. But taking it to a new level, with anything in life, surround yourself with people that are better than you. I love co-writing, not just because I love the hang, but because most of the time, hopefully all the time, these writers are better than I am. That's what they do for a living. I kind of do the artist thing, and we get to write too. But man, it's amazing when you come to the studio with an idea, and you have something in your head, but then the person across the board or the piano, whatever, they just take it to another level. It's really, really awesome that we get to do that, and we have people who are willing to invest in us like that. But yeah, with anything in life, surround yourself with people that are better than you, and you will then jump up on their level. Instead of surrounding yourself with people who maybe you're trying to pull up on your level, and you might suffer.
Favorite Bible verse?
I feel like it changes from time to time, depending on what I'm walking through, but the one I go back to, it always changes. You don't experience that, John? Jesus never changes, you're right. But the word is alive, so it always means something new. Just kidding. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Yeah. Thanks for asking, man.